credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka man of the people, as I enjoy working for the fans of the Carolina Panthers. And today is Wednesday. We're midway through the week. That means we got 4 more days until the final game of the season for the Carolina Panthers, which they will be playing the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. And end of the season is never a good time where you're not going to make the playoffs, which is the current situation for the Carolina Panthers. But it starts to bring a lot of clarity for things that we're eager to all know. Who's going to be on this team? What kind of direction are we going to go in? And most importantly, who's going to be the head coach, which also then comes who's going to be your starting quarterback. So we get a chance to start looking forward to all those changes that will hopefully take this team back into a positive direction. But let's go ahead and talk about today. Let's live in the now, Wednesday, and talk about this Carolina Panthers team. As always, I like to start with the injury report, see how we're looking health-wise for the game this Sunday in New Orleans. So defensive tackle Matthew Ioannidis, he did not practice today with his back. We also had tight end Stephen Sullivan. He was limited in practice today with an elbow, and not making fun of anybody's injury, but I don't know what an elbow injury means. Like, did you get a bruise there? Is it doesn't bend? I don't know. Not again making fun, just wondering what an elbow injury is. So let me know in the comments if you have any ideas what that elbow injury may be. Let's continue to work through this list. We also have, looks like linebacker Chandler Wooten. He did not practice with his ankle today. We also have linebacker Joel. I need a pronunciation card for his last name. He did not practice today. He was limited in practice today with his hamstring. And then offensive tackle Taylor Moton with the rest day, which he's been getting all year and has deservedly been getting. Now, Deontay Foreman did not have a rest day, and he has been having one all year. So what is the measure for when Deontay has one and when he doesn't? Coach Wilks said it's just based on his load from the previous week. So if he had a big game, had a large load, then they'll give him that rest day. This past Sunday in Tampa, he didn't have that big load that he normally has. The Bucs were able to really shut down the run game. So therefore, Deontay Foreman did practice today. Now, in the NFL, there was a tragic incident on Monday Night Football where Damar Hamlin was taken off the field in an ambulance, and the game was then postponed, and everybody in the NFL has been affected by that. Coach Wilks today spoke on how this Carolina Panthers team is handling that situation, saying that before today's practice, they actually have a walkthrough first, that they got together, they said a prayer for Hamlin and his family, as well as they have team meetings today. And before those team meetings, that they also had some discussions on that topic. Now, lots of Carolina Panther fans know that Buffalo is sometimes considered Carolina North, right? So has a team done anything specifically with the organization, Bill's organization, in reference to the player? Not yet. Have heard some chatter about players maybe wanting to do something to contribute to possibly even the GoFundMe that has raised a lot of money. I didn't check prior to this video, but I know yesterday it seemed like it was around $5 million. It went from where the guy was trying to collect just over $2,500 to do a toy drive, and he was not at that goal prior to his injury sustained on Monday, to now something been over $5 million. So his family has been really appreciative of that. But the team does have what Steve Wilks says may be one of the bigger departments in the NFL league for, I believe he references player development, just helping players deal with issues that they need to talk to someone about and help them through, and commended the Teppers on how they have built that. In reference to Sean McDermott, who used to be a coordinator here, now head coach of the Buffalo Bills, he said that he did text Sean, just letting him know that him and his wife have their prayers for the team and Damar and the coach. And just how did the Coach Wilks find out? Well, he didn't exactly see it live, as you might imagine. He's always at the stadium trying to do prep work for the upcoming game. He said his assistant told him, but he gets home and his wife tells him some more about it, and that's how he found out about it. That now the team, Carolina Panthers, does have one player that has been taking this a little bit more difficult than others because of his close relationship with DeMar, saying that Coach Wilks letting us know that he's had Kenny Robinson has had a relationship with him since about middle school, and they're on this group text where they talk very frequently. And he was a guy that was spoken to today, Kenny Robinson, on the Panthers team, and it was decided to let him go home and deal with the matter and take his time dealing with it, whether he needs one day or whether he needs the rest of the week or whatever time that he needs. And he's been in constant contact with him, just checking on him and letting him know that he cares. So that's the most significant player that we know of that was affected by it because of the close relationship that he has with him. Getting to the game for this Sunday against the New Orleans Saints, and that game was not decided until Monday, I believe, what time it would be played, because if you looked on the calendar, it was going to either be the Saturday or Sunday, so that game will indeed be Sunday at 1 o'clock. Now, oftentimes when you're in a situation where you know you're going to make the playoffs or you're out of the playoffs, you go to make some decision. Typically, if you're in the playoffs, or maybe you decide I'm only going to play some players for a half or give them some rest, or you can have that opportunity to do something like that. And if you're not making the playoffs, you may decide, well, this is an opportunity for me to get some new guys some opportunities and see what they can do. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of doing it if you only have one game, of getting a lot of guys, because to me, it's generally going to take a guy more than one game to show you much, because he just has to get acclimated with it. But Coach Wilks said for him, he's still taking it as a regular game. With each week, you make some progressions, you make some evolutions as a team, and they just hope to continue to do that same thing, make a step, continue to evolve as a team. But he said, hey, if you need one guy, he's hoping that Preston Williams, wide receiver, big body guy, that maybe he's going to be a guy that you haven't seen all season, get elevated, be on that roster, and get some playing time this Sunday in New Orleans. But he doesn't know for sure who that would be. Also, yesterday came out about Jim Harbaugh having discussions with owner David Tepper. Steve Wilks said no, him and Tepper haven't talked about his position and coaching opportunities for next year, which you understand that's not going to happen until they're done. And Wilks said, when I got this job, I knew I had 13 weeks, and take it week by week, game by game, and that's still what he's doing, taking it one day at a time, dealing with today, and knowing that if he takes care of today, then everything else will take care of itself. So I'll continue to bring you guys more news, more information as it continues to come in about this Carolina Panthers team. Always invite you to do what? Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. You should have done that as soon as the video came up. But please continue to hit that like button, help the channel grow. Subscribe if you enjoy these live broadcasts. We do as many live broadcasts as we can. We try to actually probably close to doing 100% of our videos this season, all live, for the purpose of being interactive and talking directly with you and answering your questions. So we'll continue to do that. Hit the bell notification if you enjoy that, because that gives you the opportunity to come on and chat with me. Before I go, let me do this. Let me say what's up to Chris Johnson and what's up to AJ Lindsay. Thank you all for tuning in and leaving a comment. That'll be it for today. We'll see you again Thursday, same time. No, I can't say same time, same channel. I don't know what time, but set that notification, all right? Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.